Well, I'm delighted that at long last the bypass for Cradley Heath is well underway, and I look forward to its opening probably early summer, May, June of next year. I hope that all of the residents and the people who live in Cradley Heath and Old Hill will also feel and see the benefit that this bypass will bring. I envisage that it will actually breathe new life into the town, relieve us of some of the congestion, make the town a more pleasant place to shop. There's a huge variety of shops in Cradley Heath, and I hope that it will enable more people to come in and patronise those shops and enjoy the experience.
I represent Cradley Heath and Old Hill Ward on Sandwell Metropolitan Borough Council, and at the moment I am Deputy Mayor of the borough. I have been a councillor now for almost 12 years, and since getting on council I made it my main priority to get the bypass, Cradley Heath bypass, sorted out. Either we were going to go for it and get the bypass, or it was going to be forgotten, as it had been some 43 years since it was first talked about.
This is more or less a good point to start the beginning of the Cradley Heath bypass, which will start for a little way down the road and cut out, go around the back of Cradley Heath town. Very interesting really. We're in what is known, a very old antiquated name, Spinner's End, and it's been brought to light again by the naming of this new development, which actually a series of bungalows that were built, believe it or not, on the site of the old goods yard which was below us, about 20 feet below us actually. It's been built up, and they built this new design, these new estate of bungalows, but the name has been revived with Spinner's End Drive, as you can see there. These are some of the last buildings behind me that the whole this side of the street was covered actually, but this the last few houses and this shop, Barbara's, a dress shop, which catered for many local brides, that'll be demolished shortly when the bypass starts. So on this grassy site that I'm walking across at the moment, some beautiful Victorian buildings occupied the site. Some are still behind me. In fact, the former police station was adapted from one of the Victorian buildings on this site, but they've all been cleared some years ago, and the new housing has been built farther back, allowing for the route of the bypass to be taken in. So what's the date of this house then?
It's 1904.
1904, right.
Yes,
yeah.
It was built by a man who couldn't write, and on the deeds he just put his cross.
I think we'll know if we've checked. I don't know if he got that store. Right, Mike, thanks. Done.
Do we look at the camera a bit?
Yeah. So they can see that who we are coming through. Yeah, that's it. So I think that's all he wanted.
This is the living room,
yeah.
But the ceiling in the best room is more.
Right, like this was called Rock Villa, I think you said, Rock Villa, and from this beautiful bay window, I think you've got an excellent view of the Salvation Army fort, which of course we shall lose when the bypass is constructed.
I've saved the ceiling rose,
yeah.
So at least that.
It's been saved for posterity,
yes,
so
yes.
That it's a nice record, that, because it is a beautiful bit of plaster work really. That
yes,
it's going back to I think the Victorian age, isn't it? This
yes.
is, you know, so it's nice to see their craftsmanship preserved in a building. The house behind us then, Mike, what is the history of it, please?
My grandfather bought it in 1945 because he'd bought the Royal Cinema,
yeah.
and he wanted somewhere to house the projection
Accommodate
staff.
the projectionist staff.
Yes.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Yes, excellent. Yeah, and it's still in your family now today.
Well,
yeah.
yes, just gone to the council.
But will be lost with the bypass development, unfortunately.
I'm afraid so. Yes.
Right. Yeah, shame.
Shall we go and look at the Royal then, Ron?
Yes, I think we'd. That's the next building to look at, I think, unfortunately. So we'll make our way over to the Salvation Army building, the port. Pause for traffic. Okie dokie. So right, Salvation Army Fort. 1893 a date up there. Would you say this is the second building?
It is,
that,
yes. One of the congregation told me it was the second building.
Building that, yeah, replaced an earlier building. Oh,
Yes.
that's fascinating. Yeah, that's right. And what was the date of the earlier building about, Mike? Was 1840-ish, was it, or something like that?
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was really early, you know,
Yes.
and this is a beautiful building, no doubt about it, quite a substantial building this, and got all the right lettering on it, etc., you know, so that is in good condition as well.
Yes, I think the first one was a timber building.
Oh, the first one, a timber building, that's interesting, yeah. So it'd be quite easy to replace, really, when you
Yes.
think about it, that's right, yeah. We've got the signs on here,
It
yeah.
was used as a solicitor's office until
Right.
recently.
Right. Interesting as well for historians, we've actually got all the details on this plaque to say that this office was closed for business on the 26th of May 2000, and all inquiries should now be addressed to Waldron Solicitors, 34 Dudley Court, the Innage, Dudley. So there's an interesting information. George Williams and Willits. Okay then, Mike? Oh, they can't.
Ron,
We just about
shall we
make
go
it, I
and
think.
look
We can
at
risk the traffic.
Royal?
Yes, I think we'll visit the Royal, Mike, and have a look at that building, okay? I noticed there's a slight angle in the wall here. As you say, special bricks have had to be made to take the bend, and it's slightly over 90 degrees, isn't it? So
Yes.
a special job has been made to turn the corner.
Yes.
That's right, yeah. And this has served the Salvation Army for many years, but as you say, replaced an earlier fort that was on the site and of timber construction or something like that. Notice it on the wall to say it's
Or the demolition.
demolition, unfortunately. And a junior soldier barracks built a little later for the up-and-coming Salvation Armies.
1900, I think.
1900, yes, right. Lots of date stones. Lots of names on there, Mike, on the
Yes.
lots of industrials as well, Bradney and so on, Willits,
Oh,
yes,
yes,
all
Bradney
these Willits.
chain, yes.
That's right, Willits, Weaver, all these are was a local industrialist, aren't they, really?
Yes.
Who obviously helped, that's right, yeah.
English.
Yeah, very good. I wonder what will happen to those, shall we lose those sort of thing? But,
They should incorporate them in the new building.
that's an idea, good idea, that,
Yes.
good idea, yeah, that's right.
Shall we go and look at the Royal?
Yes, that's right, the Royal Cinema.
Yes.
That's right,
Yes.
which is just below, I believe, Bank Street. So
Yes,
that
yes.
will be a good idea. Yeah. You've got to keep a record, really. I'll get home. I'll forget.
That was the First World War. Yeah, that's been, to be honest with you.
Entrance double-deck bus that they've just had in the museum down at Oxford Way that we went down to see. They pulled out of the woods, and it should be taken to the woods to be turned into a caravan, but the chap hasn't used it. But a sapling that growed up at the front, and it's gradually going up outside. It's one of the numerous drop forging firms that occupy the Cradley district. What did you say the name was?
Arthur Edge
and Co. Yeah, right. Famous. Obviously, they've dwindled since the war, haven't they? They did a great job in the war effort, but they've gradually faded away now. And
Yes.
I think the manufacturing has gone overseas, sort of thing now.
Yeah.
And for a time, the site was occupied by small firms, starter firms, I think, wasn't
Yes.
it? You know, and they took over. Now it's completely empty, so that will be demolished now for the bypass, and so will these houses be coming to, aren't they? Now it's amazing.
I came up the street and round the corner.
Right.
They wanted that straight away for road widening. That was nearly 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Because I mean, after we sold it to them, we bought this one.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
But I said how long it was? 1985.
Right.
That was when it was.
Yeah. It's amazing. Goes on forever, doesn't it?
Well, they can please themselves.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm on the way out. I've got more years behind me than in front.
Okay then, thanks a lot. Yeah.
It's a terrible world today.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Some of these have been empty quite a while, haven't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
The council
Yeah.
bought that.
This one's got windows open, so I just wonder if there's anybody still living in it.
I think so,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, man. Oh, I'll go forward.
All right, mate.
All right, mate. Yeah. Yes, I was just wondering, a date for this building, Mike. You know, you think about before the war, possibly?
I
About
think so, just before the war.
yeah, perhaps 1935-ish. You think? Yeah. Cradley Heath Liberal Club, right? Sort of thing. You know, which was the original one for the chainworks, wasn't it?
Yes,
This first
yes.
one, and that was replaced as he got more money. He replaced it with a more modern house. That's right.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can see the development there,
That's
sort of
right.
thing. Yeah.
They built that house.
And this one's
The
leaning
wall.
over quite a bit, is it?
Yes.
Like for the mining subsidence, I should
That's
imagine.
right.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh yes, right.
This used to be a bakehouse, Ron. They
Yes.
had big ovens to make bread inside. there.
Right. Yeah. It's gone through various trades. I think this area, all these buildings have gone through various trades according to what was fashionable at the time. You know.
And the blood would run down the street, and the
gracious
people would
me.
stand in the queue,
In the queues
and the blood would run
and
down,
stamp
down
the
the
feet.
street. Yes.
Fantastic. The building behind us, Mike, what was that used for originally when it was a theatre or a cinema?
That was built for dressing rooms
Right.
for the theatre
Right.
and the actors and stars, and can I say
Fantastic,
stars?
yeah,
would,
yeah.
Get changed.
You say stars, I remember reading quite a lot. They had a lot of animal shows here, didn't they? Even
Yes.
elephants, I believe. They
That's
reinforced the
right.
stage for an
They-
elephant. And
They had a
that's
big
right.
to do with the
That's-
council because
that's right.
the council said the stage might collapse.
That's
and in
right.
the end, I don't think the elephant actually
It
went on.
on. No, that's right.
no.
Yeah. So that was a waste of time. Yeah.
Mhm.
But is there one of the dressing rooms still left intact? Is it, or were they all altered?
They're more or less altered to make
uh,
it into a flat.
Like a living accommodation. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Used as a flat later on. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
The daughter of Mr. Williams, she used to keep her pet goat in there,
Oh.
and when they had an animal act on the stage, they put the sea lions in there,
Ah.
and the goat drank the sea lion water, and the next day it was stone dead.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. All these tales, you know, they're really interesting. You know, they really bring it back to life and put a bit of body into the story, don't they? You know,
Yeah.
no doubt about it. Yeah. And this was, a slaughterhouse, wasn't it, next door?
Yes.
That's right. For the butchers on the main road, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah. And then the famous pub on the corner, wasn't it? That's right. Yeah.
Oh, the Boster.
The Boster, yeah.
That's it.
Cradley's famous pub. That's right. Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah.
We're showing all the
Well-
tatty.
Well, it's quite substantial brickwork. This, when you look at
It
it,
is,
I mean,
and
it's good. You know, no doubt about it. Yeah.
I think they faced it or did something in
Yeah.
because that looks like cement and the
That's right.
rest of it is lime.
lime mortar. That's right. Yeah. We're saying, and of course the entrances and exits to these places changed, didn't they, over the years?
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
this was like the original, and they went onto the front, and then
That's
they came
right,
back
came
here.
back in, yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing the history of cinema in this area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
All gone now.
And you operated the cameras, did you, Jack? Or
I'm a
projectionist. Oh, fabulous.
Tell the story
Right.
about the alligator or the crocodile jumping off the stage.
Oh,
at
well,
the
yeah, there used to be
Grand.
at the Grand Old, they used to have
Wild animal show.
that's right,
Yeah.
what they call them, like live entertainment,
That's right.
part of the year, mainly in the winter. And it was this chap got an alligator on the stage, and he broke loose away from off the chain
keeper.
and landed down on the
Yeah.
drummer, you know, and
Oh,
everybody
dear.
ran up the aisle, everybody's scattering.
Scattered, yeah.
Yeah.
They hadn't emptied the theatre so quick in their lives.
That's right. I was in that night as well.
Yeah, oh, fabulous, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it a full-size one, was it? Full-size
Well,
alligator?
about half the size of the.
Yeah, that's
Good
right.
enough to scare people anyway.
That's it. Bad enough, big enough. That's right, yeah, super.
Well, they
Yeah,
had quite a few live shows there, the pantomimes.
that's right, yeah.
The dwarf pantomime.
Yeah. And you were there when they changed over then to electrics and all that lot, I expect.
That's right, yeah.
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 And the different lights all changed, didn't they, you know?
That's right,
From
yeah.
almost candles up to... that's
Well,
right,
the secondary
yeah.
light, emergency lighting, it was gas mantle.
Gas mantle, yeah.
Before we opened up, we had to go around lighting all the gas mantles for the exits.
That's right, yeah. I mean, on the cameras, the lighting systems changed dramatically, didn't
That's
they?
right, yeah.
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 With the more powerful lamps came out in voltage, high voltage, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it used to be carbon arc lamps for them.
That's right, carbon arc, I remember that.
Yeah.
They used to open up, and then
That's
the
right,
light
yeah.
used to. That's right, yeah.
Now it's xenon bulbs.
That's right, yeah. Yeah.
They're quite good.
This is behind me now is the famous Cradley Heath Liberal Club, built between the wars, probably in the 30s, and unfortunately we will be losing that when the bypass is constructed and the supermarket, which will use up this area. And this was their very flat bowling green that lots of matches were played on, and tournaments. So again, something else that will be lost to the area. Fairly modern buildings, fairly flat top, and still some of the old customers inside enjoying a pint. This is the sort of proposed new Liberal Club for Cradley Heath, which is more or less the library at the moment, opposite there. This is Upper High Street, Newtown Street running down there, and Meredith Street running down to the side. So this area will be car parking, club, steward's house, and the bowling green, nice bowling green, and a pavilion being allowed for on that site. So that should come out quite nice. Okay, Mike, we're heading towards the Whitlam Memorial Sunday School then, and you say it's been quite a restrictive chapel then, has it, this?
Yes, the people who gave the site and the money to build it, they put lots of covenants on the ground, and there was no drinking.
And this was a condition of letting them have the ground?
Yes.
Yes, right. Fabulous. Yeah. No drinking, no gambling, no card playing.
That's right.
Yes, it's amazing. All these buildings, I'm amazed, you know, you always get trees growing through. I also thought trees needed a lot of soil, you know, to grow, but there you, again, you've got examples of trees going through there, you know, 7, 8 foot, 10 foot, 12 foot high, you know, and they're still, they're growing well. Somebody in Hipkiss, I think that was, the Ironworks one did. Oh yes, it's got Hipkiss there. That's 1866, I think, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. So this is the famous Whitlam Memorial Sunday School, 1910. Lovely stonework on it, no doubt about it. So very nice. But I'm dying to see that inside wall with the foundation stones on it and the building stones, you know, which I've got a photograph of them being laid, you know. So that should be quite good. And then we lost a house from here. I can't just remember the name of it now, but it was connected with the area, quite a large house. And then we come up to Audrey School of Dance, you know. And this has been going a long time, hasn't it, Audrey School of Dance? It's, a lot of youngsters in the area benefit from this, there's no doubt about it. From the dancing lessons that were going on here, tab dancing and ordinary dancing and that. So, and of course we come to the famous Anchor Hotel, which again a part of Cradley's industry was making chains and anchors, and the pub was named after it. And lots of people from the various chain works down the road used to come in here to divvy the money out on the weekend, and a lot of the money didn't get back home, you know.
So they drink it.
That's right, a lot would be drunk, and I've known a lot of the wives would be waiting outside, you know, to try to get some money to get some shopping in before the husbands drunk it all the way, unfortunately. When the Black Country Society started up, they actually used to meet in that room upstairs, some of the early meetings, because we used to move around different areas and have our meetings in various towns of the Black Country, and this was the Cradley Heath. What a meeting area, you know. And that's the strangest room upstairs, isn't it, on the top? Looks like almost servants or maids' quarters, doesn't it? You know?
Little garret.
That's right, yes, that's right. Amazing, that's right, yeah, we'll start walking down for him, I think, then. Right, we'll head down Loamy Town, I think it used to be called, that's right, actually Lower High Street to give it its modern name, towards the Workers' Institute, which again is come under the road scheme. Over the other side of the road there was a road that went down, and the fish and chip shop was on the corner. And I used to go to Edinburgh with Dancing Academy there when I was a youngster, and we used to cross over there in the interval to get chips. This was never a fish and chip shop, you know, in my day now. And I spoke to people who were 80 odd sort of thing, you know, and they said, oh no, it was on the other side of the road. Everybody said it was on the other side of the road down there, you know. The little passage. In fact, I got photographs of the buildings on that side, you know. But this has always been like furniture, or at a greengrocer's earlier on, and so on, you know. And there was a blacksmith here, I don't know if you remember it, Mike. There's a blacksmith up this corner, where you see where that brick foundation is there. There was a house here where he lived, I think, and then there was a sort of a blacksmith shop there, and he used to shoe horses and mend wagons. Of course, it belonged to the chain making union originally. The building did, built out of funds left over from the women's chain making strike of 1910. Amazing, really. Mary MacArthur. Mary MacArthur, that's right. Yeah, it's amazing, really. Quite a nice building. Architect designed as well. I've got the architect sketches of it. I've reproduced them in my book, you know, of the building. And they used to put these sort of vents, Mark, hadn't they, up in the top in the loft. They used to put like a vent, you know, for the air vent in the top, over the top of the ceiling, you know. So, it's a nice building, that, really. And the post office used it for ages, didn't they, for the sorting? For the sorting office, that's right, yeah. So it's gone through several uses and several things over its time, really.
This used to be a school, hadn't it?
Which one? The
Loamy Town School?
Yes, that's right. That's right. This was the playground, actually. This was the playground, and the school was there. I've got a lovely photograph of a coach picking up girls here to take them to the baths, you know, outside. So yes, this was a school. In fact, both my children came here, you know, and it was almost connected with the back of the Whitley Memorial, you know, when that was running, you know. And I've got lots of photographs of parties taken in the back ground, in the back greenery, of all sit out on chairs, you know, all the group photographs of teachers, Sunday school teachers and students and pupils sitting outside the back of the Whitley Memorial, so from this area, really, we're looking at the back of the bypass, isn't we, really? The Anchor pub is just in front of me now, and the shops and things, and the Whitley there, so it's got to come through this gap, really, hasn't it, when you look at it. So that's what we were worried about at first, you know, whether it would provide noise for the old people's home, you see. That was one of the things I sent up as an objection to, so I could try and save the institute, the Workers' Institute, because it is unique, no doubt. I mean, it was built with money left over from the women chainmakers strike, you know. And one of the reasons I read in the report was that a lot of the women signed with the Cross, and they said they'd like to build this building and educate the women to write and read, you see. So that never came off, of course, and they even left women out of the title. It was originally going to be called the Women's Workers' Institute. They left that out and became the Workers' Institute. So even that, the women weren't included in the title, you know, unfortunately. Yes, a substantial roof, that is. And can you see sort of numbers across there? Look, it's something 7 and, you know, running across there. Look, it is, isn't it? Can you see? Look here, 3, 7 something, 3, 7, 7. What was this school called now? It was like a secondary, Loamy Town Secondary School, I think, wasn't it? You know? Interesting survival from the old Loamy Town school, secondary school, before it was demolished and replaced by the one actually in Old Hill. We've got the gates, the wrought iron gates, and also the stone pillars, and also the copings on top of the wall, blue brick coping, which we see one badge gives us the name of Dalton. Rowley Regis, so it's nice to find a maker's name on these old bricks, Mike, when you come to it. But it's a nice survival from the school, which will probably be lost when they build the bypass, because I can't see them. It'd be nice if this could be replaced up at the museum or something like that, you know, to be preserved, because it's original brickwork, original coping, original gates, original stone top, you know. So it's a nice survival, that is, from the Loamy Town school. It is an unusual shaped top, that's right, yeah. It is most unusual, that's right, yeah. It is. But it's not common anyway, to say that, yeah.
They would have a boys and a girls entrance, wouldn't they?
That's right, yes.
And the boys would have gone in here and the girls at the top.
That's right, yeah. Yes, yeah. Yes.
That's really going back to the old times, all the drinking that's going on there.
That's right, yeah. So, it goes back a long way, doesn't it, that? Yeah. That will be knocked down, and that'll be, you know, if it isn't, then there might be car parking and so on, you know, and loading bays and things like that. There's a lot of ancillary ground needed for a supermarket, isn't there? That's right.
They've actually, the council has said they've got to have the entrance facing the high street.
Right, yeah.
Rather than hidden at
That's
the back.
right, yeah. Yeah.
A lot
of
should
them,
add to the high street.
a lot of them come from the I say a lot of the what I'm trying to say now, a lot of the, you have to drive onto the car park to get to the entrance, and you're walking from the back almost. So the back is shown on the front of the road, sort of thing, isn't it? Normally. But they have stipulated, have they, that it's got over the front, yeah. So,
and also that it mustn't be hidden. You know,
right.
They've got to be able to walk from the high street to the entrance.
And of course, Sandwell Insurance, I think all these buildings they've run, you know, for their car insurance and various other insurance schemes, you know,
Dennis Andrews.
That's right.
Oh, that was Lane's shop, because the hut was at the back of it.
Right. That looks like a modern house, a flat roof house, isn't it? That's right, That's right.
Yes, I think...
with the LED light top windows, you know, it all gives the game away for dating, doesn't it? That does, that's right, yeah. We mentioned already the pub, haven't we, you know, the Boster. Famous Cradley Heath pub, the Boster, which was only demolished a few years ago. It stood at a ruin for ages, didn't it, you know. It was amazing, And there's actually, on the side there, Mike, still the Plants beer sign, look. You can just see the circle of it, still on the wall. It's still there, the remains of it, Plants beer, which was brewed at Netherton, of course, you know. So,
good detective work there.
That's it, Oh, I've been trained as an industrial archaeologist to look out for these little signs, you know, sort of thing. So, then we come to Bank Street itself. Again, I can't understand why it's called Bank Street if there's not a bank in it, you know. Unless it led to the bank. You can imagine the locals saying, you know, there's the bank down there, you know, and this is the road that leads to it, so we'll call it Bank Street, you see. So all these things have meaning, don't they? All work, don't they, you know. So
that was the butcher's shop.
That's right. And at some time one of these had been an electrical shop. I think it was that one, wasn't it? It was an electrical shop. And this was greengrocers. There was also a greengrocers here, wasn't there? That's right. So.
And then in later times a poodle parlour.
That's right, yeah. Oh, it's amazing the different uses that you can put a shop to, isn't it, really?
And then before this was here, there was the tailor's shop, when in 1935 they took the tailor's shop down and made the entrance for the Royal.
Right. This was like the new entrance one, what was just before the war, was it, Mike? It's about 39, 38, 39, that's right, And this was a new entrance, a new great entrance. And then that was chopped off and turned into an amusement parlour, that's right. And then the balcony was blocked off for them, wasn't it, I believe, that's right, But it was still a nice foyer leading down this one, wasn't it? Where queues formed for the balcony and things like that, you know. So, and then it's just been bricked up in the last 12 months, I think, hasn't it, this? Been blocked up like this, And any plans to save the signs at all? Or?
Yes, I'll save the signs.
Great, that's nice. Nice to have a reminder of what was there, that's right,
Now this is the famous shop coming up to now. This
was
Mr. Turbin.
Turbin, that's right,
He used to sell the sweets for the people that used to go into the
That's right, and cigarettes.
Cinema,
And it's hard to believe now in those days that they used to go and smoke in the cinema, hadn't they? Really, you know, you can't imagine that going on today, can you, at all? But yes, Turbins used to sell, and a wide variety of cigarettes as well, wasn't it? The paper packet ones when no one else sold them, and they're all in cardboard packets, sort of thing, It's amazing.
He was born in the premises behind there, and he died there as
well. Dear, really? At what age, any idea?
Well, it's not all that long ago, but I mean, he was not a great age, but his wife nursed him very well in the back there.
This scheme has finally come about because of a contribution from three main players, if you like. The local council, Sandwell Metropolitan Borough Council, have made a contribution. Tesco's, who are part of their development, have also made a significant contribution towards the cost, and government itself has contributed about £7 million to the overall cost of this scheme. So there are certainly huge amounts of money involved, but therefore that's why I hope when we see the bypass finally completed, that it will be used and it will relieve a lot of the congestion that has taken place in the centre of the town.